With a look of concentration on her face, a worker guides the sheet of denim through the sewing machine, and a pair of jeans starts to take shape. As the needle goes up and down in a blur of movement and rattling noise, a line of stitching starts to form a neat trouser leg. When most people think about the global fashion industry, it is safe to say that a sleepy town in far west Wales does not immediately spring to mind. Yet Cardigan, on Wales' Irish seacoast, has for the past 5 years been home to a high-end jeans maker, the Hyatt Denim Company. Beloved by a growing number of fashionistas from New York to Paris, and London to Melbourne, Hyatt ships its expensive jeans around the world. As orders arrive via its website, Hyatt's workforce of just 15 people gets to work hand-cutting and sewing the trousers from giant rolls of indigo-colored denim that the company imports from Turkey and Japan. Despite only making around 120 pairs of jeans a week, founder and owner David Hyatt has big ambitions to expand. While it may seem a little incongruous that a posh jeans business is based in West Wales, Cardigan, population 4,000, actually has a long history of jeans making. For almost 40 years the town was home to a factory that made 35,000 pairs of jeans each week for UK retailer Marks & Spencer. But in 2002 the facility closed with the loss of 400 jobs when production was moved to Morocco to cut costs. Fast forward 10 years, and when Mr. Hyatt, a proud Welshman, was looking to open a factory to start making jeans, he chose Cardigan. The company name is a combination of the first 2 letters of Mr. Hyatt's surname and the word utility. Where better to locate ourselves than in a town with a history of jeans making, where the expertise remains, he says. Employing machinists who had previously worked in the old factory and not lost their years of jeans making skills, Mr. Hyatt says he was confident that Hyatt could be successful if it concentrated on selling directly to consumers around the world via its website. Without the internet we'd have been dead within 12 weeks, he says. But the internet has changed only everything. The internet allows us to sell direct and keep the profit margin. It enables us to compete. Now exporting 25% of its jeans, it takes Hyatt about 1 hour and 10 minutes to make one pair, compared with 11 minutes at a highly mechanized jeans industry giant. And rather than staff doing just one part of the manufacturing process, such as sewing on the pockets, each machinist at Hyatt makes a pair of jeans from start to finish. Mr. Hyatt refers to the workers as grandmasters. This is in reference to the fact that some of them have more than 40 years of jeans making experience, and new joiners have to train for 3 years before they can start making jeans for customers. In running Hyatt, Mr. Hyatt and his co-owner, wife Claire, have benefited from their experience of previously owning a clothing firm called Howie's, which they sold to U.S. firm Timberland for $3.2 million in 2011. But what has also been invaluable is Mr. Hyatt's previous career working in advertising. This advertising new has enabled him to very effectively market and promote Hyatt, from its snazzy website, to its extensive use of social media, both adverts in people's Facebook feeds and arty photos of people wearing its jeans. The interesting thing about social media for me is that up until Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat you had to have a huge budget in order to tell your story, he says. In effect you were locked out of telling that story because the costs of advertising and wider marketing were too high. But social media has actually allowed the small firms that manufacture things, to go and tell his story. And actually, if David wants to beat Goliath, the best tool in the world is social media. Mr. Hyatt also sends out free jeans to what he calls influencers, either fashion bloggers or famous people, in the hope that they will write or talk positively about the brand. Successful examples of this have been an increase in orders from Denmark after Hyatt sent a pair of its jeans to celebrated Danish chef René Redsby, and also UK TV presenter Anthony McPartlin of the duo and December tweeting about the company. As Hyatt continues to win overseas orders for its jeans costing up to $230, $300 a pair, Mr. Hyatt admits that one negative issue the company has to deal with is a return rate of about 14%, people sending them back because they don't fit. To counter this problem, Hyatt is exploring using technology that can accurately tell from a photo a person's perfect jeans size. Dr. Natasha Radcliffe-Thomas, fashion marketing course leader at London College of Fashion, says that if Hyatt wants to expand its overseas sales it needs to have the website in different languages and consider partnerships that will see its jeans listed on other websites. Back at Hyatt's small factory on the edge of Cardigan, Mr. Hyatt says the long-term aim remains to recreate 400 jeans-making jobs in the town. Our aim is to get 400 people their jobs back. If you ask me when is that going to happen, the honest answer is I don't know. But I believe in compound interest. Small things over time gather huge numbers.